This is the plaintiff, Laura Greenfield. She says she owned 2 clothing stores and sold one of them to the defendant for $100,000. The woman paid her 70 grand up front and was supposed to make 12 equal payments until the full amount was paid off. Well, she made 10 of those payments and then just up and stopped for no reason. She's very angry at the defendant now. The woman's left a bad taste in her mouth, and she just wants the $5,000 she's owed. That's why she's suing. This is the defendant, Lisa. She says the plaintiff promised to train and mentor her for a year after the sale, and the woman never helped her at all. She was way too trusting with the plaintiff. Feels like a fool now because she didn't get her end of the deal, and quite frankly, was conned. Oh, her? No way. She's accused of being 2 payments shy. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $5,000 for breach of contract.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. All right. Laura Greenfield, you are suing Lisa. You've asked us not to mention your last name, and her boutique, which you've also asked us not to mention, for $5,000. You say you're out actually more than that, and on a business deal that the two of you did, and you have a counterclaim against her for $5,000 for breaching that very same business deal. Okay. You go first. Tell me what the business arrangement was between you two, how you met, and what ended up happening.
Okay. I wanted to sell one of my 2 businesses. I own 2 clothing stores.
2 clothing stores. Okay,
Yes.
2 boutiques. And,
2 boutiques.
And what do you specialize in these stores?
Women's clothing and accessories.
Okay.
Lisa decided to buy my store in September of 2014.
All right. And as I understand it, you put down $70,000, and the rest was going to be monthly payments for a period of how long, a year?
12 months, yes.
Okay. And part of the deal was that you were going to mentor her because you were new at this.
Yes.
Had you ever owned a boutique before?
No.
Had you ever worked at one?
Nope.
Okay. So how did this come about even to begin with?
It just was always my dream. And as soon as I was looking for a business, and as soon as I saw the opportunity and the advertisement that said in all caps, "You will not be alone, mentoring, purchase power," I have with me.
Let me see that. Where did you see that, online?
Online, yes. And on the back of that page also.
So, but it was always your dream to have your own business, or was it always your dream to have this business, like not this one in particular, but a women's clothing store?
Yes, but I didn't know how to go about doing that. So
This turnkey business comes with a fully trained staff. The new owner will not miss a beat, will have the benefit of learning the business while making money. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So, do you have the actual agreement that the two of you signed?
Yes.
We do.
Can I have it from both of you, because I want to be able to make sure we're looking at the same thing? And go ahead.
Oh, I have a letter that we signed on July 2nd, 2014, that specifically states that she'll train me.
Is that included in the stuff that you gave me, or is that okay? Hand it over. Perfect.
There's 2 pages that I need you to look at.
Okay. So you're suing because she refuses to pay you the last 2 payments.
Correct.
Correct? All right. And did she give you a reason for why?
Well, her original reason was that she was trying to recover from August.
What does that mean? Because August is traditionally a bad month in this business or something? Okay.
But it is the truth. I mean,
Okay,
August
this
is
was what, an email?
That's an email.
Okay.
And that is me asking her for August payment because she was late.
When did the problem start?
The problem started in August.
Because she didn't pay you, or something else?
No, I believe it was because my ex-employee and her became friendly, and all of a sudden...
Who is your ex-employee?
Stacy.
Who's here?
You just pointed?
Right here.
Oh. Mm-hmm. So Stacy had been in your employ for how long?
From November till September, actually, and gave me notice in the beginning of September that she was leaving. She said her husband no longer wanted her to work, and then the next week showed up.
She popped up at her boutique.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
so Stacy starts working for her, and that's when you start having problems?
Yep.
Why? What was going on?
The problems were going on much longer than that.
Okay.
In August, after I spoke to Stacy, I just had the proof that she was sabotaging my business.
How was she sabotaging your business?
Well, part of the deal was that I bought a client list, and these clients were supposed to continue to shop in my store. However, as soon as I bought the store, they all started going to Comac. I know now that she badmouthed my store to a bunch of customers
How do
and
you know?
clients. Stacy.
Stacy.
Okay, and also I left my name.
Well, what exactly did Stacy say to you?
I just want to finish. I left my name and she changed the name. Little did I know that the name did not have a good reputation. I have letters from creditors and vendors that I can't get credit lines. I can't get vendors to sell me because my name now is associated with this.
Why don't you just change the name of the store then?
I will at this point, but.
What is it she didn't do? How did she breach the contract?
Okay, well, there was 3 ways that I believe that I know she breached the contract. First of all, she did not train and mentor me. I
How?
have 3 affidavits from employees that work there that said that they are the ones who had to teach me the computer systems, teach me everything that went on the store. Every single thing that she was supposed to teach me, she didn't.
What is your understanding of the agreement that she's going to take time out of her store and go to your store and work for you? Because that's not the agreement by any means.
No, but she could come afterwards when she's not working in her store and teach me how to do all of these
Are
things.
you suggesting that she never taught you anything and she wouldn't answer your questions?
She taught me some things.
And the
but
staff
she
that you
didn't-
had there, isn't it staff that she had there, right? That they were, like, there was continuity because that staff had been working there?
Yes and no. There were women that worked in her store
the ones that taught you
she
stuff
didn't
had to
want
be.
any longer, so then she pushed them over to my store.
How do you conclude that someone who you end up employing was a reject of her store?
That's what the manager told me
And you
that was
also feel like
there.
she was giving you her reject merchandise.
Definitely.
How so?
And I know this now.
Who told you that, Stacy?
Nope.
Okay, who told you that?
Part of the contract.
Front and center, Stacy, come on up.
When I bought the store and paid $70,000, it was supposed to be seasonal merchandise. Now that I've owned the store for a year, I see what is supposed to be there in September. You're getting ready for the winter. You have fall stuff. So when I bought the store, 2 or 3 weeks later, I'm already putting stuff on sale at 50% off. Part of the deal was that my store was turnkey, that I was going to be able to walk into the store and she had on order merchandise that was supposed to be sellable for September, October, November. But again, I'm a new
So you
business.
were naive, and that somehow is her breach, that you know, what is it that tell me what your merchandise was that you feel like you got hoodwinked here?
Bathing suit cover-ups, tank tops,
Exclusively?
shorts.
Exclusively?
I'm going to say 80%.
Okay, do you have any proof that the merchandise you bought was 80% bathing suits?
I have 2 affidavits from 2 employees that worked there at the time that said most of the merchandise was there from June, July, and August sitting
Why
there.
your
and-
employees hate you, apparently. Stacy.
Do you want them? Or?
Yeah, I do want them.
Sure.
But apparently, why is everybody tanking you? What's the deal?
know what?
Apparently, everybody who was in your employ can't wait to ditch you. What's going on?
I haven't seen the affidavits, but I'm a businesswoman. I employed employees, with the exception of Stacy. Everyone is a doll.
Okay.
I have
well, what
nothing
happened
bad
with
to say.
Stacy? Because you didn't fire Stacy. Stacy left you.
Yeah, Stacy left me. Stacy gave me 2 weeks' notice.
Said my husband doesn't want me to
Said
work.
my husband does
and
not
then
want me
showed
to
up
work.
at.
The very next week showed up.
Okay,
in
but why does that
Plainview.
bother you? Don't you want that business to thrive? Wasn't that part of it? You
It's
felt like
not
she was going to a competitor.
Yeah.
Ah. So, Stacy, tell me, did you quit her store saying your husband didn't want you to
No,
work?
I did quit, and it wasn't because of my husband, and I didn't show up
What
at Lisa's
reason did you
store.
give her that you were quitting?
What
Just-
reason? Lisa was shorthanded coverage. I offered to work for her on a Friday. I told Laura.
So did you have something against her?
Not at that point, I didn't. I did not have anything against Laura.
When did you develop something against her?
The day that I worked for Lisa, the other girl that was covering, she got very sick. She went to the hospital. So Laura got upset with me because I was covering for Plainview to help Lisa out. So I got a nasty text.
What did the text say?
That is why we do not moonlight for Plainview.
Okay, so when do you end up quitting?
That day, I said
Okay,
to
so
her,
you
you know
quit.
something?
What reason do you give her? Just the obvious that
Just
we're
going
arguing?
back and forth in the arguing, I said, you know something? This is not working out for me.
Okay, and then you went to work for her.
Then I called Lisa.
Then she called and I
Okay,
felt
and then
bad.
you started telling her things. What are the things
No,
that
no,
you
no,
were
bef-
telling her?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So the question, does this defendant have to pay the balance of the money because she's all griping that the plaintiff didn't teach me well?
Well, I think that everybody always says read the fine print, but here in this situation, is there fine print?
There's no fine print. It doesn't say what it means. What do you say?
You know, sounds like this guy's just trying to not pay the money, you know? It's not fair.
Except it's a girl. What do you say?
They need to pay.
Is there any defense? You didn't teach me enough.
Oh, I don't know. I just think you need to pay the money that you say you're going to pay.
You're probably right in the end. Going inside the courtroom.
Previously, before I actually went to work for Lisa, there was merchandise that we had ordered. It came into the store, and Laura didn't want it. Her response to me was, send it to Lisa. Lisa didn't order
Okay,
it.
stop a second and elucidate me. If you don't
Yes.
want merchandise that you order, can't you just send it back to the manufacturer?
Right, but throughout the entire year, merchandise used to get transferred from her store to my store. So I would sometimes call and say, I don't remember ordering this, but she would say, no, you did, and I would always naively trust her. Then this one order came in, so I said to Stacy, I'm not accepting this transfer. I know I did not order this. This is not mine. And she said to me, I know, it's not yours.
Send it back
Because she
here.
felt bad.
See, here's the thing. Everything in this case, both suits, depend on you being right that there's a breach of a contract, okay? Not that she's a jerk. Not that, oh, she's so evil, she's not my good friend who I thought she was. I mean, you guys went on buying trips together and stuff, right?
I have the dates, Your Honor.
Just tell me how many trips you took.
1, 2,
And give me the
3, 4,
months.
5, 6, 7, 8,
The months.
9. 9. September, October, January, December, January, February, March, and April.
Okay.
Those are
No.
just
That's at the
buying in the
beginning.
city.
I disagree.
Excuse me. And then in-store appointments, November, July,
How is Stacy
July.
answering that question? You see how Stacy answered the question? I don't
Can
even know
I-
how Stacy
can
could
I
answer the
submit
question.
this to you?
Go ahead. Yeah. No, what is that? That's just your typewriting on
Yeah,
a piece of
I
paper. I don't want that.
disagree.
Okay.
You claim that you didn't take all those trips?
No,
Right,
absolutely
but see,
not.
other than Stacy coming in almost at the end of the year and telling you she would give you things that you did, that she didn't like. Do you have any documented proof that you would call her and she wouldn't respond?
I didn't know I'd be preparing for a lawsuit at the time when I sent her emails asking, can you please come and show me how to do payroll? Can you please
Do you have
come and
those emails?
No, I don't. Because,
Okay.
again, I
So,
didn't
but I know, but you've decided to up the ante and bring this into the lawsuit status, and you have to have some proof of what you're saying. You still owe her $5,000. So she comes in here and she says, here's a contract, you owe me $5,000. She's fulfilled her burden of proof. You now have the burden of proving that she did not fulfill the contract, and so you get to keep $5,000 that you owe. And I'm willing to hear what you have to say, but also see what you have to show me that proves that she did not comply with the following sentence. She will work together to facilitate a smooth transition and provide additional training and support after the closing of this transaction. Because when you're telling me that for almost a year, you went on buying trips together, you shared merchandise, you advertised together, and all the other stuff that went on, I'm having a hard time seeing how she didn't. She didn't turn out to be your best friend. That's for sure. Okay? But how does that violate this?
I don't have any emails or anything saved, Your Honor.
And so we're done. You owe her the money and you need to pay her. On her lawsuit against you, you owe her the $5,000. On your counterclaim against her for $5,000, zero. That's my verdict. Good luck, folks.
And so the defendant comes out, you just didn't have the proof to back up what it is you're claiming. So what's your reaction to how this judgment comes down?
I'm obviously disappointed with the verdict, but I'm glad that I had my day in court, and hopefully others can learn to not be so trusting people.
Stacy, were you the big problem that caused the whole rift here?
I wasn't the problem. Laura started this. A lot of employees left her and went to other locations.
Hey, this was your dream. You said this was your dream. How is it still your dream?
Yes.
Right? And
Yep.
you're going to make it
Working
work?
through Yep.
All right, good for you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right, head right down this way. Good luck. All right, so while she's talking, you're not even looking out. Are you looking away on purpose because you don't want to even look at her?
I'm so upset with how she handled this, which, I thought that we would be two businesses that really worked together. So it was very difficult for me.
She made it sound like you tried to take advantage of her after she bought the business.
Yes, and it's interesting how it all went so smoothly for 10 months, and then all of a sudden with Stacy, it just went downhill. It's hard because I really feel that she's listening to Stacy.
Well, what would Stacy's motive be to do all that?
I think Stacy would really like to own a store. I don't know what Stacy is she's not a nice person. It's unfortunate.
All right, Harvey.
When you make a deal with somebody, the situation is pretty simple. Read it over and then say, is it vague? If it's vague to you in any way, it's going to be vague to the judge. Spell out specifically what each obligation is. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.